Dragon Age Inquisition was released in 2014 and surprisingly I'd never completed the game until now. It has the best gameplay launch trailer of all time in my opinion and won the Game of the Year award in 2014. So why did it take me so long to finish? Stick around to find out. In today's video, we take a look back at BioWare's most recent Dragon Age game and I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on what the game's like and if it's worth playing in 2021. Be sure to leave a comment with your thoughts on the game, and if you like this video, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Dragon Age Inquisition has a vast and stunning world to explore that's filled with unique locations, and it's one of the most impressive and expansive worlds I've explored. One of the best things about Dragon Age is venturing away from the main story and exploring the massive map. Every location looked incredible, and it was so easy to get distracted from your current objective and discover new incredible buildings and areas. The architecture of everything I come across was jaw-dropping, and I was impressed there was such a high level of detail to be found throughout the whole game, which made my playthrough an unforgettable experience. As well as having such an incredible and enormous world to explore, Dragon Age Inquisition is filled with so much content to find, from collectible items, story-driven side quests, fade rifts to close, and much more, including huge monstrous dragons to slay. These massive beasts put your combat skills to the test, and my longest battle with one of these creatures lasted just shy of half an hour, and there's 10 of them to kill. I thought Skyrim's dragon battles were impressive, but they are nothing compared to this. I haven't found all 10 dragons so far, however each one I have come across looks absolutely epic and they all look completely unique. Exploring, discovering and taking part in side activities in Dragon Age feels very rewarding. This is because you receive power after completing something new, such as closing dangerous rifts, claiming new territories, or even setting up new campsites. After earning enough power, you can spend these points on new quests to progress through the game, so taking part in side activities is a must so you can move on through the story. There's enough variety in the side content that kept me entertained for long enough without it beginning to feel like a chore, so I never felt like I was just grinding through all of the side content just so I could get enough power so I could complete the campaign. I think Dragon Age is one of the few massive open world games that does a great job at this. I've spoke about this in other videos, and a lot of RPGs can feel like content has just been added into the game for the sake of it, just to add more hours of gameplay, which often makes the content feel like filler. But in Dragon Age Inquisition, everything feels fun, and I think the main reason for this is because the beautiful world is so fun to explore and you never know what you'll find around the next corner. Dragon Age's open world is definitely one of the most detailed and exciting places I've come across.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour.
Dragon Age Inquisition has an annoyingly vague plot. The main story focuses on a breach in the sky which must be sealed to save the world, and we also need to defeat the Elder One. The story doesn't sound most riveting, and to be honest, it's not. The plot is easily forgettable and it's overshadowed by the exploration aspect of the game, but on a positive note, the voice acting for the Elder One amongst other characters was very strong, and there's a wide range of voice actors as well. Throughout your journey, you don't meet many characters who actually leave an impact on you, and most are pretty easily forgotten. But the people who do stick in your mind are the people that you can recruit to join the Inquisition, such as Ironball, a two-horned warrior. Throughout the game you can use people who have joined the Inquisition and change party members depending on who you want to do your missions with. I stuck with taking Cassandra, Ironball and Solus with me. All characters come with different classes and skills, which we'll talk about more later on in the video. It took me roughly 70 hours to complete the main story, but I still had a ton of content that I was nowhere near finished. I think if you wanted to complete everything there is to complete and see everything there is to see, it'll take you around 150 hours, which is a lot. I still have dragons to kill, shards to collect, castle upgrades to make, amongst so much more. All of the content for Dragon Age is enjoyable, and despite the unclear story, the missions themselves were fun, and I found myself not really caring about the vague plot because I was having so much fun by just playing the game. Dragon Age also has a lot of replay value. Apparently it has 40 potential endings depending on your character and the choices you make throughout the game, which is insane. so there will always be a reason to come back and start a fresh story. Something I just wanted to mention before we move on is the crafting. You can craft and upgrade weapons, armour and potions, but it's not the strongest aspect of the game as I don't think it's very clear on what to do. Potions can be upgraded by collecting enough materials to upgrade it to the next level, but crafting new armour and weapons was slightly confusing. Again, you had to collect certain materials for different items, but anything I seemed to create was always worse than an item I already had equipped, so I didn't really see the point in it. I must have been doing something wrong, but again, I don't think the game done a very good job at explaining what to do. I was playing on the easier difficulty, so it was never really important to upgrade anything either, but I'd assume playing on the harder difficulties would require much more involvement with the crafting and upgrading aspect of the game. But personally for me, I always found better items when I was either exploring or just picking up what a defeated enemy had dropped. So, why did I stop playing Dragon Age back in 2014? Honestly, it was because I just didn't like the combat, but things have since changed. So when I began playing, I hated it because I wasn't used to this type of fighting, and I hadn't played a game with this style of fighting before either. I was used to Skyrim and Assassin's Creed type combat. I also couldn't really understand the skill tree because I was much younger, so I just gave up on the game. But I thought I'd give it another go because, like I said earlier in the video, I think the gameplay trailer is awesome and it's one of the best I've seen, and it always gets me in the mood to play the game, and also because I love open world games and I knew that the world of Dragon Age Inquisition was just massive and detailed, so I wanted to explore it. So the combat style is very different, and in my opinion, you need to understand the skill tree to fully understand how combat works. Holding down the trigger will continuously make your character attack, which is why I used to think it was boring. But when you start learning new skills from the skill tree and using them when attacking, the combat steps up to the next level and feels very fluent. You can also use a tactical camera, which can make attacking enemies feel a lot more strategic. And again, I never used to like this, and I didn't even bother switching characters or using the tactical camera, which made combat feel very boring. But now I understand the combat and the skill tree, I really enjoyed it, and it's something that shouldn't put anyone off. I know a few people who've been put off the game and quit for the same reason as I did. But once you understand the skill tree and how to use the tactical camera, the combat is very satisfying. The skill tree itself is very strong, and there's lots of different options on how you can build each character, and you can make each Inquisitor very powerful. There's a lot of replay value here as well, as there's so many skill tree paths you can choose to follow. If Skyrim Anniversary Edition wasn't out, I'd have sunk another 70 hours into this game.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Dread Wolf.
Dragon Age Inquisition may have a vague plot, but some of the characters you meet along your journey and the voice acting makes up for it. Not to mention the vast, unique and stunning map. The open world of Dragon Age is one of the most impressive places I've explored, and I'm so glad I've come back to this game after so many years. The combat is tricky to get used to, but once you understand the skill tree and how to use the tactical menu, you'll soon enough get the hang of it. Being able to switch up characters and choose members of the Inquisition to take with your missions is a lot of fun, and the amount of content you can find when you actually delve deeper into the map is incredible. Dragon Age Inquisition is 100% worth it for anyone who enjoys RPGs. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future content.